Hey everybody, this is Where Is My Heart? It's a minis game that just came out last week on, well, it is free to PlayStation Plus users right now. And then the game is going to come out on November 22nd, for $6, so it'll be kind of one of the more expensive minis, available. So this game is by, and I'm not gonna be able to pronounce the name right, but I guess it's by the same people that are doing that Johann Sebastian Joust Move game. If you haven't seen that, um, it's this really crazy, cool-looking move thing that these people are making. And so this game is actually based around the developer. He had an experience camping with his parents where they got lost and they got kind of like they started eating at each other's throats. So they got mad at each other, and he wanted to kind of recreate that sense and that feeling of being lost and without direction in a game. So this is kind of where this game came from. So before we jump in, I guess going to how to, you play as 3 different characters. So you play as this brown, orange, and kind of black grayish monster, and they all have different abilities. So their basic forms, they just move around and jump, and then they all can transform into this other like beast or monster that all has unique abilities. So we'll probably see a little bit of that here. I've already completed the game, so I guess we're just gonna start a new one. Alright. Here we're just gonna see the opening of the game. So, you see here, controls the D-pad and then X to jump. And you see I can't jump high enough here, so I can press triangle to switch to this other character. And move over, jump on top of this guy, and then I can reach higher spots. So we're gonna basically want to do the same thing over here, except now with 3 different characters. So I guess for the first thing I want to say, I don't know how well this will play in a video, but most minis games don't look that great. Especially if you're playing it on the PlayStation 3 and on a big HD TV, they don't really look, about 98% of the time they don't look good. This game, however, looks amazing. The art style that it's using works perfectly well as a minis title, and it couldn't look any better with the way that the art style that they're using. So you're kind of seeing the start of it here. Levels they're not real. I don't want to say like a jigsaw puzzle, but it's kind of like, if you think of the puzzles that you use, and it's kind of 9 squares, or there's a place for 9 blocks, and they have 8 of them, and you have to move them around to form a picture. And so you have to slide these blocks around in different orders to form the picture, because it's mixed up at first. So if you think of it kind of like that, that's kind of how this is set up. The first few you see here, so you would kind of expect me to come out in this middle platform, but I'm not, right? And so I'm going to need to jump over these spikes, and now I'm going to come here, get this heart, and now I'm at the end. And so the goal of each level is to get all 3 of your characters to, well, I just died. To get all 3 of your characters to this that kind of the end tree, or sometimes it's a door like this. And so it starts out very basic, very simple. It's only mixed up just a little bit to kind of help you kind of get to grips with what's going on. but it gets very complicated very fast. But not too fast. It gets it's a pretty good kind of level of difficulty increase as you progress through the game. So I mean, you already see here. Again, not too crazy, but I think you can kind of get and imagine like just how crazy this could possibly get like towards the end. And all this so far, just, you know, the first few levels, still very basic stuff. Now you can, if I'm on this block and I need to get this heart, I can jump and press down and do like kind of a headbutt type of thing, and get all those hearts, and those are gonna go down and fill in that bridge below. So there's a lot of puzzle solving to go through as well, and these are very basic puzzles. But what ends up happening, I don't know, I can't remember exactly what level it starts at. But each of these three characters, as I mentioned before, can transform into this other monster. So the brown one, what he can do, he transforms into one that can, like, he can do a double jump. And the orange one is kind of like this flying one that if you press L and R1, you can actually shift the tiles, and they'll rotate clockwise or counterclockwise. And sometimes that might help you get a better idea of where you're located. And other times you actually have to do that because a panel will come from off the screen. And so you'll only be able to see that panel in certain locations, depending on how you're tilting, like how you're rotating the screen, the panels. And then the black one turns into like this vampire-ish one where he has like this light that's glowing around him. And by doing that, he can actually reveal hidden panels that only he can jump on, or reveal like hidden ledges and paths that only he can take. Or sometimes he'll reveal like a hole in the wall that everybody can go through to get to the next location that you need to get to. So it's really cool. Like it's, you know, it kind of starts out and everyone has their own ability, like just the same ability, but eventually it gets to the point where you have to use all of them. In different ways, because they all have different things that they're bringing, which I guess, you know, it's weird because like you hear this guy like, well, I had this experience camping with my parents, and it was this life-changing thing, and I really wanted to recreate it in a video game, and that sounds kind of strange, I guess, but they nailed it. They, you know, in the beginning it's kind of, you know, it's still pretty simple, and some of it's a little complicated, but as you progress, they really nail that sense of being lost and, you know, having no direction, and kind of just, I guess I compare it to like when you're like in your house or something, and you lose power and the lights go out and it's at night and you can't see anything, and you have to try to like maybe use the buddy system. You have to pair up, or you have to kind of like feel your way around the house to find a flashlight, or like just find some kind of source of light so that you can see what's going on. So it's kind of like that. Like, I mean, in this game you can see what's going on, obviously, but you don't really have this sense of like knowing what's happening. You don't really I guess like you just don't really see what's actually going on, and so like you just kind of work your way around trying to figure out, okay, where am I, until you figure it out. And there are, you know, it's not completely like just you have no idea and you just hope you get lucky. Oh, here it is. But there is a very specific way to solve each of these levels. But at least that's kind of how I felt. It was very reminiscent of just you're just kind of feeling your way around. And as you progress, you'll see, well, oh, this is what panel I'm coming out on now, or this is where I'm located, and then you slowly kind of start to build this puzzle, and kind of build this map, sort of like understanding where you're located within each level. And it's just really cool, and unique kind of like gameplay that they have. So okay, here. You're gonna see one of the first transformations that you can do. So you saw, I guess we'll end with this. So you saw earlier in the game, you know, the first few levels they had those blocks with a heart in the middle, and you could kind of headbutt them to get the heart to come out, right? Or to collect the heart. So now you see this one in kind of the middle of the stage. My guy's about to trying to jump on. It's a little bit different, so it's multicolored, and so what you'll see here is there's a large variety of these. So this one, it's, you know, white on the bottom, and then there's brown on the top. So what you have to do is you have to stack your monsters on these blocks. Now for this one in particular, I can just jump on. Have her jump on. And then, so you saw the first two, it was just kind of a blank, a non-filled in dotted line. And then the very top, it has brown. So you see it's kind of the same as the block. There's a brown spot at the top. That means this brown guy has to go on top, because that's his block. That's going to be his transformation that's going to happen. So you see here, that happens. Those two go away, and they turn into these little like circles that are rotating around me. And then I can double jump, and that's kind of his ability. So I can use that to collect that heart there. I can reach higher places. Things like that. Get this heart. Let's see what there's. So I got all of them. And that's that. And here, okay, so here's gonna be the second kind of transformation, I guess. But again, like, it's just really unique. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this in a game before. Just the way that the puzzle design in it, and it's kind of like, you know, I don't want to. It's really common. Like, it's very easy to say, well, you know, the puzzles are kind of like Portal because they're just so crazy. But you just, if you stick at it long enough, you're gonna figure it out, and you're gonna feel really awesome that you figured that puzzle out. Just because of how great they are designed. And it gets complicated. Like, the last few levels took me a really long time to figure out. Kind of a lot of trial and error and figuring out what I need to do. But it's fun, and it, you know, when you figure it out, and you will, like, if you stick at it long enough, you'll figure out some of the really crazy puzzles. But when you figure it out, you're gonna feel really awesome about yourself. I think that's about all. You know, I think there's around 30 levels in the game. Again, a pretty good steady incline for difficulty as you progress. So here's the second one. I can just kind of jump and rotate, and then take myself into different areas. So I can go here, head block that, change back, and now I've built a staircase, right? But yeah, it's just super cool, and it's gonna confuse you a lot, but it's a lot of fun. I love the art style. I like the music, but the music kind of gets very soft in certain spots, so you kind of just don't really hear it. I mean, it is very subtle music, but I do like that. I like that. So that's Where's My Heart. It'll be out on the 22nd of November. For people if you are a Plus member, it is free now, so go check it out. If not, again, it's $6 on the 22nd of November. We'll have a review up sometime before then. But I love it. It's probably one of the better minis I have played this year. I know minis get a kind of a bad rap, but this is absolutely a minis that you should check out, no matter what your opinion on that minis platform is, because this one is absolutely worth it. A little expensive for a minis game, but I think it's worth it. So there you go. Again, thanks for watching the video, and we'll have a review up shortly.